All right, y'all. Let me see what YouTube looking like before I start the show. All right, YouTube is done. Let me set up my script for the today. Man. What's the Give me a second. See. See. All right. Let me see anybody pop in here while I was looking at stuff. All right, nobody popped in. All right, y'all. I don't know because I didn't write a script because I was running around because I'm trying to get things in order because it's the new norm. I got a new normal, but I've been running around trying to get things in order, in my life. So please bear with me, and hopefully y'all come along with the new journey that I'm on. Y'all come along with the new journey. Um, yeah. All right, so I want to talk about gameplay structure. Is that's I don't know if that's what I really want to talk about. Let me see. All right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna talk about gameplay structure. Gameplay structure should look like it should be layered. Things and when it comes to a boxing video game, the structure of see you gotta it's like you gotta build on top of things. And I don't know if that's the right way to say it for y'all to understand it, but they have to build in layers. The way Steel City doing, that's why when you see them hiring different people at different times, like you say, why they didn't hire everybody at the same time? No, because they don't need to hire the whole team at once. They could hire and set in intervals. Y'all do this. Now we bring in this group of people. Then we bring in this group of people. Or we bring in we have a main group, and then we just bring in specialists. That's basically what Steel City might do or should do. And what happened is there's is layers, structure. All right, a boxing world layer. This is where the player exists between fights, not a static menu. A living world, activities, career rankings, contracts, promoters, managers. I know y'all keep hearing me saying things like this, but I'm trying. Some of these things I keep reiterating, keep saying, because they can be done. They can be implemented. Because a lot of y'all, not to be disrespectful or make y'all sound like y'all don't. But my thing is, if I don't know something, I don't. And probably a lot of these things I'm saying might be right, but not all the way right. If that even makes sense to some of y'all. But my thing is 99.9% of everything that I'm saying could be put in a boxing video game can be put in a boxing video game. They could be put in a boxing video game. It's up to the development. The development, if they can afford it, if it's in their let me see, if it's in what they want to do. But 99.9% of the time, everything that we want can be put in a boxing video game. But then you got these people that's on teams that says, I don't think that will be fun. I don't think they want that. And that's the problem with some games and stuff. Because you got people that's on like certain teams that's casual to what they're building. They are casual to what they are building. So their perspective of what it should be is what they're going to make it. Because some people, they can be a casual boxing fan. A lot of people, they're casual boxing fans, and they swear they're hardcore boxing fans. They swear they're hardcore boxing fans. Give me a second, y'all. It always happens. Always. Give me a second. Yes. Look at my song. What you mean, a cell phone? Yeah, but I don't know how it works. They always say everybody conspiracy theories. They think everybody conspiracy theories. But now it's out. Did they tell you? Did they think that they happen to three times at this forum? Yeah. One was telling me that that's went asked for he said okay, I didn't get to the hall. Why she that you? Cause you ah, when she when was that?
There's a lot of stuff I got to get together. Hold on, I got to get, things changed over and shut down. So I need that paper. Speak up on the project with stuff. Yeah. I think Joseph is so just gave a show to Monica. So why don't you have money to give from why your friends, your celebrity friends, not donate to your mother film? Yeah. And my thing, I was getting mad because she, Jonathan was getting married. You can put that on hold and use that money for the wedding, for charity. I mean, for some, yeah, I don't know when that. Or something gotta happen within the next week. So I gotta start thinking about our rent and everything now. I can't even, I got to move so it's, stuff, send it all, no, she can't do it because I got to pay for it. I got to take care of church, Friday tomorrow or Sunday. Doing the steps that I'm in the house. That's free. All right, I'm gonna talk back to you because I talked through a podcast and I know you like that. All right, go ahead. All right.
I apologize, y'all. Like I told y'all, things gonna be happening because still trying to get my mother buried. Um, Let me see anybody pop in while I was going. Let me see. Dawn taught me. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming through. Let me see. Yeah, you been for a minute. I appreciate anybody that support me. I appreciate y'all. And please apologize that long pause because I was talking to my niece. You know, she want me to get some information together for her. Yeah, it's just been hard. It's a new normal that I gotta get used to. It's a new normal for me because I was my mother caretaker. I was here with my mother every day. Even though I'm married, I was here every day with my mother. Me and my wife, we kind of separated. But I don't know. All right, let me see. All right, we need to, as a community, and this what I'm saying. This I could tell, and I've been saying this for the last couple of days. I can tell that the UFC fans, the hardcore UFC fans, y'all not really boxing fans. Because I see the excitement y'all have about the UFC games. I see it. I'm looking at it every day. I could go right now and look at the videos and I could compare it. I could compare when you first saw it. I'm gonna go back to the ESBC. When you saw the ESBC video, and when you see this UFC video, the difference in excitements, it shows. There's a difference in excitements and expectations.
So y'all get on people like me that's passionate about my sport. Y'all get upset with people like me for getting on people like you to let y'all know that y'all are wrong. Y'all don't, sometimes if you don't have the passion for something, just sit back and let other people drive. If you don't have the passion to drive something, don't crash. Don't crash because you don't have the passion for it. Let other people drive. Let other people take the wheel. Stop trying to drive people, trying to drive something, and you don't know the direction you want to go. You don't even know where you're driving to. And my thing is, a lot of y'all try to be a part of each thing that's being talked about. Oh, they're talking about a new boxing game. Let me be a part of that. It's okay to talk about it, but when you try to make it like you really know what you're talking about, or you're trying to act like you're really passionate about it, and you're not giving the correct feedback. A lot of these guys' feedback is what they feel. What you feel is not what boxing is. It's not what you feel it should be. A person like me that actually box and know about boxing for the last, over 40 years. Over 40 years. 4 decades. I knew about boxing, what boxing is. And my thing is, I know what it looked like. I know what it feel like. I know how it should be displayed. But a lot of these guys go by what they feel. And my thing is, there are fans that's hardcore fans that never box, but they're hardcore fans. And they know what it looks like visually. They know, hey, that don't look like such and such style. Hey, that's not his style. That's not his movement. That's not the way he acts. You know, stuff like that. That's passion. But that's the way the UFC fans act, the hardcore fans. And a lot of y'all try to attack people like me. Y'all go out your way to attack people like me. It's sad. It's sad. Sometimes you need to step to the side. Let me help y'all. Let me help Steel City make the game that we need. A hardcore boxing game can make a hardcore fan out of a casual. Even though I said that wrong. And it's crazy because that is my saying. A boxing video game that's made correctly can make a hardcore fan out of a casual. Because the way 2K used to make their games, the way 2K was making their games, I gravitated towards that game more than I gravitated toward NBA Live. And you know what a lot of people, some people will say NBA Live was a better game. It was more fun. You were more for a casual player, excuse me, for a casual player that doesn't know about basketball,
or didn't wish to learn about basketball. They were making baskets. They was doing everything. That's why it was they liked it. They didn't want to build their intelligence about basketball, learning the basketball players, learning the fundamentals. But NBA 2K was making people learn. We was learning who AI was. I mean, Allen Iverson. We was learning all these basketball players, their move sets and everything. So that's the stuff that I be getting on. That's what I be talking about. When y'all hear me saying, when y'all hear me saying, I want this and that in the game, we should have it. We should have it. But a casual fan goes saying, Poe, that's too much. You're asking for too much. I'm not asking for enough. I'm not asking for enough. Everything that I want can be added in a game. The casual fan gonna say it's too much because they feel overwhelmed. I don't feel overwhelmed. A boxing fan won't feel overwhelmed. And what a company want is people to stay playing their game for a long time. And you know what a lot of y'all are upset with? Y'all don't want people to play offline. Y'all don't want there to be an offline. Y'all want people to play online only. How selfish are y'all? Y'all selfish. Let me see. My thing is, that's not my mentality. My mentality is every fan base should be represented. Every fan base should be represented. Offline, online, create a player, management mode, career mode, all these things should be tournament modes. And when I say tournament mode, the first thing an online person going to think about is the leagues and online. No, you could do tournaments offline. You can do tournaments offline. When I say that should be an option for online or offline. Because everything that I say, everybody always associated to online. That's you. You are a people person. Everybody's not a people person. Everybody's not trying to get attention. Me, I'm very private. That's why it was hard for me all these years. I probably would have been a big YouTuber by now. But it took me, I'm a very private person, so it was hard for me to do videos. 247 videos in now. I'm 247 videos in now. I probably would have had over 1,000, well over 1,000 videos by now. But I wasn't a people person. I hated talking. I hate talking. Let me see. I got 5 people here, 5 people in the background. But my thing is, everybody gotta some people gotta take a back seat. If you don't know about a sport or you're not that sure, and then stop trying to tell people to be quiet or let the team make the game that they want to. No. Let's not let Steel City make the game that they want. What's up, I'm Precisely? Salute. Stop with that. Let them make the game that they want. Everybody on the team is not a boxing fan. People gotta get, like, people like me. When y'all be saying, let them make the game, y'all want people like me to be quiet. Y'all want people like me. Y'all the ones that a lot of y'all should be quiet. The people that don't know boxing, those are the people y'all should be saying should be quiet. I know 100% what I'm talking about. This guy, I forget his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was telling me, yeah, people telling me that I shouldn't be saying stuff. I'm like, why shouldn't I be saying stuff? Every sports game has boxers and people that know the sport. It's a difference from a casual fan giving you feedback and don't know what they're saying. And that was always my thing when I was helping EA. When I was helping EA, my thing was, which fan base do you really want to listen to? Who feedback are you taking ideas from? What game do you want? Now we get to dwindle down who ideas hold more weight. Now, if you're making a realistic boxing game, the hardcore fans should be the ones you're listening to. So to say that Steel City should be listening to people like me, they got enough ideas, they know what they're doing, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That means I'm gonna use myself as an example. Let's say I was making a football game. I don't know that much about football. Like the ends, like if I was like 100% sure, 100%, I play football, but for me to say I know all the routes and I know all the plays and stuff, I don't. I will call myself a casual football fan. I don't know all the teams. But you give me a football back in the day, you getting smashed, you getting ran over. Or I'm tackling the mess out of you. You're getting tackled. Jokers couldn't escape me. I was a fat joker, but you couldn't escape me. But no, my thing is, you're telling people like me, because y'all, a lot of these people in the community and this shows, they fear that maybe his ideas might be in the game. They might put his ideas in the game. And my thing is, for my ideas to get in the game, how does it affect you? I never said, hey, I got ideas. Are you going to pay me for it? If any of y'all know me or been like listening to my show for the last months or year, y'all know I do not care about any payment for anything. I don't care about payment for anything. I never asked for anything. My thing is, my passion is my payment. Well, me getting what I want in a game is payment enough for me. You're right, Paul. You know why? Oh, AJ. What's up, AJ? You know, you are right, Paul. You know why? How come we never hear a peep from Sonny Edwards? Exactly. They pushed Sonny Edwards out the studio. I can't even, if I send him a text message now, he ignores it. He doesn't even respond back to say, yo, just let me know. Can you come on a podcast or anything? He doesn't even say anything. Sean Porter, I asked him, he don't respond back. He don't say anything. You know how many times I was supposed to be on that show? There were times because Grumps and a couple of the guys, they said I was supposed to be on, he was going to get me on the show. And he said it'll make for a good show because I actually boxed. But I come to find out that one of my co-hosts, they were on the show, but hey, I wasn't on the show. Let me see. They don't want the boxer's knowledge to build the game. Exactly. And it's not so much it's even in the community, it's the community too. It's a lot of people in the community don't want the boxer knowledge implemented into the game. The community. Because I felt disrespected when I forget the guy's name. He runs the show for the Don't Walk the Walk, whatever the Sean Porter show. The video games party does it. He was saying that, you know, he was trying to come at me sideways, and I was like, yo, that's crazy for you to come at me like that. I was like, no company ever did that. No company ever said, hey, we don't need your ideas. Hey, we don't like your ideas. I can show you right now, literally, right now, a company complimented my posts. They love what I be doing. Are they going to say they're making a boxing video game? Are they thinking about it? No. No, they're not going to say nothing. Because everybody's going to bombard them. I can show y'all right now on LinkedIn. I'm always writing ideas. I make great ideas. These are ideas that I've been thinking of. A lot of people, their ideas are very basic because they're not boxing. Boxer fans or boxers. And not only that, I'm a gamer. Something somebody said the other day, I'm not going to mention no name, but they said, you're not a gamer, Poe. And I was like, hold up. What do you mean, but I'm not a gamer? I didn't just start gaming. I've been gaming since Atari days. Before Atari. Magnavox, I think that's the name of it. I've been gaming. So for you to say I'm not a gamer, but I've been gaming since Magnavox, I think that's what it is. From the Pix days, from all these videos, I basically see the evolution of every video game. I played Pac-Man on Atari. I played in arcade games when you got the ball and what's that? Tempest, Centipede, and all of that. I played these games. So I'm not a gamer. When people say you're not a gamer, they're associated with because you don't play online or you're not competitive. That doesn't mean I'm not a gamer. That means I'm not into being playing with other people. I'm not into the toxicity. Because put it this way, when I was playing video games in the arcades, literally in the arcades, I was playing against people. It's just that I don't like playing games with people. I like to have my own experience. With sports games, with any sports games, I like to have my own experience. Like with NBA 2K or NBA Live. My thing is, I'd rather play by myself. I'd rather play career modes. I'd rather play franchise mode. I like to have my own experience. I like management games. My own experience. Me, I'm a builder. I'm a creator. I like building and creating things. Literally. I like building and creating things. That's why it's easy for me to be a chef. That's why it's easy for me to be an artist. That's why it's easy for me to be a poet. That's why it's easy for me to write, because I'm a builder. So, people got to stop telling everybody to be quiet. Let the company make the game. No. But one thing that's good, I seen, like I was saying the other day, they got a boxing trainer in there. But I don't know if this is good to say, but it seemed like they got the T-Move version of a trainer instead of getting a major trainer. Why didn't you get Coach Anthony? Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit Coach Anthony up. Say, why did they get the T-Move trainer in there, but they don't have you in there? They got the T-Move trainer in there. He might look at it as a disrespect, but I'm going from Coach Anthony is visual. He's been visual. He's more in tune with all styles. This guy seemed like everything that he does is super basic, and nobody wants a basic video game. We don't want the base. Coach Anthony, a coach like him is going to say, well, this style, he's going to talk about different styles. A great trainer talks about different styles. He see the differences in it. He see the differences. Some trainers are stuck on one style. Some trainers are stuck on one style. So stop telling people to be quiet. Let the company make the game they want to make. No. Y'all should be quiet. Stop telling boxers and people that box they should be quiet. I'm not no average person. Just because you didn't box, just because you only box, you probably went to a gym for a workout to lose weight or something. That's the only way that you box and stuff. I boxed amateur and I boxed professional. I boxed. I'm not trying to gatekeep or anything like that, but I'm not going to act like I did not box. You're not going to belittle my accomplishments. You're not going to say, hey, they don't need you because they don't need me. No, that's you, not me. I'm passionate about this. I'm very passionate about this. Exactly. Boxer size. Jokers boxer size, they think they're boxing coaches and they know about boxing. Nah, man, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Bull boxing, yeah. Not the same thing. I boxed. I got a scar right on my shoulder from my surgery, from ripping my shoulder. You see this crease right here? I ripped my shoulder out in a boxing match. It was for the state championship. I fought the guy, his name is Emanuel Mayfield. I was boxing. He became a what was it? Was he a cruiserweight? I think he was cruiserweight champion. But he got a championship as a cruiserweight, I think. And in the pros, but in the amateurs, we fought, and my shoulder came out 3 times in a fight. And this guy, he could punch. But was he punching me? No, not at all. But my thing is, I was throwing my punches, all my punches with might, because I know that he could punch and I know I had to stop him. And my thing was my shoulder came out the socket like 3 times. And I was like, kept knocking it back in place and stuff. And, you know, my thing was, ain't no use of me keep trying to win this fight when I know that I'm preventing the team from winning. So I was telling my corner, I said, yo, you know, my shoulder messed up. And I was telling the referee, my shoulder messed up. Ain't no use to me keep trying to put it back in and win this fight. Because why win the fight and then I go to the thing? I had to get surgery on my shoulder. Let me see. I found that Billy Blanks create Tybo boxing. Yeah, Billy Blanks. Yo, Billy Blanks. Yeah, people, they it's like people, they want us to, I mean, you know, boxing fans to be quiet. It's like they feel butthurt when people give information. But my thing is, I'm not really mad at y'all with y'all UFC stuff, but I'm mad with y'all about y'all UFC stuff because y'all say a lot of passionate things about the UFC games. Y'all say a lot of passion. It's real. You can see the passion when it comes to this UFC game. And a lot of y'all is defending the game. If this game is garbage or not, it's like a lot of y'all gonna still defend it because y'all feel like if we trash the game, that's gonna be it. That's what a lot of y'all see. A lot of y'all might see a lot of flaws in this game. I mean, in the UFC game, but y'all feel like if we trash it, we're not gonna have another game. Now, if we had 2 UFC games, y'all gonna pick the best game out of both of them. Y'all gonna trash the other. But being that y'all only got 1 UFC game, y'all gonna trash. I mean, y'all not gonna trash though. Y'all say we can't trash this because this is all we got. That's how y'all feel about Undisputed. Y'all feel like we can't say nothing bad about Undisputed because we're not going to get another game. My thing is, y'all worrying about getting another game. Y'all should worry about the game being better. Y'all should worry about the game being better. Let me see. Tybo was just another Richard Simmons workout gimmick. It was. Y'all should be worrying about the game getting better. But my thing as a casual fan, what is better to y'all? What does better really looks like to y'all? It doesn't really look that well. It doesn't look that well, you know, better doesn't, you know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know, man. I'm trying to talk about this and my mind is racing about other things, but you know, bear with me, y'all. Yeah, but my thing is, yeah, like I be writing scripts. This what I be trying to tell people. This how passionate I am. I write scripts, I write documents, I write wish lists, I write blueprints. That's passion. I'm not just writing. See, a lot of y'all just write a list. I want this, I want that, I want this. No, I'm breaking down how it could be implemented, why I want it. Hey, this is in boxing. This how it could be implemented in the game. All of that. I even got a pivot system. If Steel City said, Well, we was having a hard time putting in a pivot system. It was hard for us to put it. Oh no, y'all can't say that. We ain't know y'all ain't know. Don't say y'all ain't know how to put it in. And guess what? With Unreal Engine, it's easier. I think that's baked into the game. Matter of fact, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm about to tell y'all something, because y'all like to, oh, you're asking for too much. They can't do that. They can't do this. Yes, they can. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. About to bust everybody bubble. That's why we saying, if y'all got questions to something, what you think Steel City can't add in the game, type it. Ask me the question. I bet you I get the answer immediately. So stop saying what they can't add in the game. It's on them. What they don't put in the game, they did not put in the game. Stop saying they can't put it in the game. Oh, come on. I hope y'all can still hear me. Because my I froze up for a minute. But stop saying what they can't put in the game. Let me see. See? Right here it says, yes, SCI can absolutely put a realistic pivot system in a boxing game using Unreal Engine, especially if the sequel is truly being built in Unreal Engine as reported. A realistic pivot system would need more than a side step animation. It will be a full footwork mechanic built around lead foot pivoting. The boxer plants the lead foot, rotates the hips. All of this, it could be put in the game. Let me see who that is. AJ Pax. What's up, AJ?
Hello.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
Not much. I just caught it when you started talking about that, so I was just about to chime in on that as well. About the system between Unreal or Unity.
Yeah, because people keep saying that what Steel City can't do, but it's like all the excuses that they was using for Unity, they cannot use, because even though Claim Uncut showing that Unity still could do the things. They might not be as clean as Unreal Engine, like far as visuals and stuff, but it's a lot of things can be done, because that's what the Love C Shorty got.
Right. Well, what I'm seeing here, I did a search as well. According to a game developer, it said Unity requires a bit more custom math and scripting from scratch, but it's a better option if you prioritize lightweight performance or developing for mobile. So So the thing is, I guess for older gen consoles or weaker computers, it might make more sense to go Unity.
Yeah.
But then the thing they said they said you need more customization. So that's the thing. Are the current like the Unity developers they had working on this game were they advanced enough to actually to make those customizations, and everything kind of points to no.
Yeah.
Because the whole story we keep on, well, the excuse we're hearing is that when they built it, it was too late to revise it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's the way that Aimbot designed it. Because Aimbot, he was fresh out of college.
Right.
So, he didn't know everything because everything still was evolving. So, did he go back for refresher courses? I don't think so.
Or it comes down to if they wanted to sweat it out. They can make it if they want to, if they sweat it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But go back to what you were saying. You're right. It's in terms of Unreal Engine, it's saying that it's generally easier. Well, I'll just wait till you come back. Oh, there you go. It's saying for Unreal, it's generally easier, specifically because of the robust built-in character movement component and animation handling.
Yes.
You're right.
So
there is no excuse at this point.
Yeah, see now everybody that's what I'm trying to do, get everybody on board that they can see there's no excuses.
There is one excuse.
When they say
there's one excuse. There is one excuse for Unreal. And it's gonna be if the computer can handle it. And that was one of the excuses that CSI did with Unity. Oh well, when it came to PS5 and Xbox, oh well, those things were underpowered, couldn't handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that excuse could always come back, and the fact is that we're not going next gen for this, Red. I feel like we're gonna get for this generation, but you got to take in consideration PS5s, just the regular PS5, the regular Xbox. You know what I mean? So it's still gonna pose it. It's gonna pose an issue. If it doesn't work, that's probably gonna be their excuse.
Yeah, they're gonna try to find an excuse, but my thing is, I think it's gonna be more the fans giving them excuses than it's themselves. They don't even got to give excuses anymore. The fans do it for them.
But what excuse can a fan give?
Sure, they'll make up something.
Well, hey, are we talking about fans? Or are we talking about crown creators?
Yeah, that's true.
That's two different kind of excuses.
yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, but do you consider the Sean Porter group the same as the Crown creators?
Yes.
When you lump them together?
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me. Yes, absolutely yes. Because also too, I should make a video on this, but I don't know. Like, I shared some info with you, but I had found 3 months ago. What's the name of that Sean Porter group again? The World Gaming They call themselves the World Gaming something online community.
Yeah, I forget
the name of it, right? But I saw a video 3 months ago. It had Art of Jab fighting somebody. I can't remember the other guy. And on commentary, they had Sean Porter was commentating, Jack Shep was commentating, and one other person was commentating. And I remember there was a point where Sean Porter started asking. They're watching how Art of Jab is fighting, and Sean Porter asked a question about would you consider this guy like a dangerous fighter, or is he like a fighter or whatever? And I remember Jack Shep answered, and he said that you could see the boxing mindset of Art of Jab coming through in the game, the boxing mindset. But the joke is this: the boxing mindset. He's saying you could see the boxing mindset, but what Art of Jab is doing is what everyone's complaining about. He's doing that. He's standing in front of his opponent, and he's leaning back 60 degrees all the time. He's not angling. He's just leaning straight back 60 degrees in order to cheat the system out.
Yeah, that right there.
and Jack Shep and Sean Porter are selling to the audience that this is the boxing mindset, they called it.
Yeah.
When it's clear as day, what we're seeing, one of the top players in Undisputed, like one of the, I think Arden Jazz, what, top 15, top 10 on one of the leaderboards, and that's his go-to. And that's his go-to. That's what he does. He plays it. But see, the thing is that organization, they're and remember, that organization is partnered with CSI. So it's like they're all trying to sugarcoat what we're seeing. So it depends on how where's the audience. You know what I mean? If you have a lot of foolish people, they'll say, oh yeah, what this guy is doing is correct. He's leaning back. He's just leaning back 60 degrees and generating counter shots. And I think that's one of the big flaws of the game, that somehow it's manufacturing counters when you do that, when you just lean back 60 degrees and come back. A lot of the gameplay too, man. You see a lot of guys, that's how they fight. They'll walk around the ring and just do that and do it in an intermittent fashion, like a rhythm. They're just leaning back 60 degrees, leaning back 60 degrees, and what they're doing is they're creating almost like a vacuum effect, because eventually it's gonna create a counter. But what was your original question? It was about we're talking about how you have two different kinds of shills, then, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing that from the World Boxing online gaming community, that Sean Porter thing, and your buddy there, what's his name? The Diller.
Yeah. That's what tell me they don't need me saying anything.
And then they have CSI partner with them, and they're coming on thing and telling people this is the boxing mindset, and that pissed me off too, because if you're telling people this is the boxing mindset, that makes me afraid, because what can we expect in the next edition? Are you gonna say, okay, well, if that's the boxing mindset, then we're gonna continue this gameplay because it's fun?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But I know, I brought up that whole CSI Jack Shep. How do you feel about that? I know it's not about burning bridges and stuff, right? But that's why it's there. The YouTube videos right there, them talking that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even want to comment. Yeah. But I'm like, because Sean Porter was picking out certain things, and then it's like people like it's not that serious. They keep making them think it's not that serious.
That whole it's not that serious comes into the whole argument point. Oh, it's just a video game. That's what eventually that's what it'll turn into eventually. Yeah, it's just a video game. You guys are nitpicking too much. You're looking too much into it. Just play the fucking game. Let's play the game, which is basically in a polite way to say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Because he said my boxer don't fight like me. He said I wanted my fighter. I say you should be saying something.
Sean Porter said the boxer don't fight like him.
Yeah, he said it don't look like how he fights to him.
But from what lens are we talking about? From watching CPU fight a CPU, like how the AI performs, or we're talking about how a human controls it?
Yeah, he's talking about from the CPU versus CPU. But even if you're controlling it, the art, like if you're throwing a certain punch, your punch still should have that same way you throw that punch. Human, like if a human controller or not, like let's say you got a boxer that throws straight punches all the time. No matter who throwing a punch, computer controlled or not, it's going to be straight punches. Now, if another person throw it, the boxer might throw his punch with an arc to it or a certain way. That's what a lot of people see too.
So let me ask you this then with Sean Porter then. They what they do? They do the motion cap, right?
Yeah.
They bring them in the studio, do the motion cap. Did Sean Porter do the motion cap for his fighter?
That's a good question. But the thing is, you could do all the motion caps you want that is how they implemented. You're not sitting there watching them, making sure that your animations, because you did the motion cap, but now the animator, he got to put all that together.
Right. But where I was leading it to is this: is can actually, if you do motion cap how CSI does it, right? Can you truly, just because you're capturing that split second of time, how the animation behind how that person throws the punch, the arc, everything, all that stuff's coming out in the motion cap. Although you have all that motion cap, will the fighter still fight like the fighter? Just because of that alone? I think not.
No, but you're going to still see little pieces of that fighter in that fighter. Like, I'm going to give you this example. Mike Tyson. You know, if you use Mike Tyson, you're going to fight how you want to fight, but you still know that's Mike Tyson. You know, the punch is going to come out. The things that you do still going to feel like Mike Tyson. And that's basically what I think he's getting at.
So Mike Tyson in Fight Night Champion, specifically Fight Night Champion, if I use Mike Tyson, I was using it strictly for brute force. It didn't necessarily mean I was trying to emulate how he fought, but I chose him because I'm brute force and I could get a knockout. But I ain't fight. But as I said, doesn't mean I'm fighting. That's the thing. I'm not trying. Sometimes the thing is, a lot of guys, they want to emulate how a boxer fights. But the thing is, if you're playing maybe against the computer, you could try to emulate. But when you're playing another human being, I think all that shit goes out the window because you have to be yourself at that point.
You're going for the strengths of that boxer. You're going for what that boxer known for. So you're going to use that to your advantage. And you might not fight the same way you fight, but you know the strengths that fighter carries. And it's not really the strength. Like, say he got a good hook. You might do something, but you're using that hook as a key. But it's not going to really fight. You might not fight the style that he really fights. That's what you're kind of saying, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think, like, especially too, if we look at it through the lens of a human versus another human playing the game.
Yeah,
I think unless it's the actual boxer himself that's playing himself, I don't think a human can beat himself and beat that boxer at the same time because we can't think like that person. Or if anything, maybe I never studied at the same boxing club as that boxer. So to say, okay, maybe if I study the same boxing, maybe I have the same tendencies then. But it won't come out, man. Motion cap can't bring that shit out.
No, motion caps can bring it out. It's just that when you playing it, that's something totally different. But I'm like, let's say I'm playing as Mike Tyson. I'm gonna say Mike Tyson, and I'm playing against Muhammad Ali, but I'm playing the AI. The AI fights just like Ali. That's what I'm talking about. Even though once you control it, it's something totally different. But the AI should reflect that boxer. And I think that's what Sean Porter was getting at too. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm guessing because I'm thinking like how I would think. Like if they would have put me in the game and somebody was using me, I wouldn't have got upset because I know I'm a gamer. But now, if my character was like AI, I would have been like, hold up, that's not how I fight. That's when I would have said something.
What about Emmanuel Augustusson? What do you when everybody raves about when that came out as a DLC character, but in my opinion, everybody's raving about his not the way he fights, but just the animation they capture where he does all the different his charisma. Then we'll say it looks more like charisma or his what do you call it? They call it drunken boxing or whatever. It's not. But does it mean does he actually fight like that? If you look at highlight reels, you'll see highlight reels of him doing once in a while, maybe showboating.
Yeah. And that was a marketing tool. That was a marketing tool. They knew that was going to do well because it reminds them of MMA. It's a martial arts type thing. That's who love him. Like when I see it, I see who was getting excited. I was sitting back watching. All the MMA guys got excited about it. And I said, all right. I said they got y'all. And that's how they got it. Or they get somebody that's like super popular. They had to put Manny Pacquiao out there. You know, somebody that's popular and you know certain things about the boxer. Like these other boxers that like people wanted in the game, they don't really have nothing to carry that. Like if they got DLC, they got to be something major about them to carry that DLC. And like I tell everybody, I said if they do that Floyd Mayweather DLC, they're going to get every bit of that money. If they said the DLC was $100, they will get it. A lot of people will argue, cry, and everything. They will get that $100, and that's crazy. I hate saying that because Floyd or somebody might hear it and feel like, hey, yeah, $100. I ain't never thought about that. I was saying $40 or $50 for the DLC, but for $100, if I could get that. But
if Floyd goes, if he goes 50-1, he can get that $100 again.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps that, I don't think he's gonna fight Pacquiao, man. As a professional fight, it's gonna be exhibition, man. He can't afford to lose that. He can't lose that.
Yeah.
If he has to fight he has to fight. They have to do like how when Tyson fought Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And they have that custom rules, but it's made a professional fight. They got to do that. That's the only way you're gonna catch. You're gonna get Floyd to come out and test that and test his test that. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think at this point, either one of them fighting anybody, either one of them could win at this point. They both old, well past their prime. So I don't know. Yeah, but Floyd, he ain't taking no chances, no type of way. Because he the way Floyd think, he try to think like, even if I win, I might still lose the fight. So I'm not taking that chance.
We talk about Floyd. You know, I was researching something. Well, I know you'll know probably, but what is the reason why? Well, who did Floyd learn his style from?
Is some of his uncles, and then some of it was George Benton, and yeah, George Benton. Them only two.
Part of it was Roger, but what about the dad?
I don't. Yes, father did have a version of the Philly shell. It was a version.
Well, here's the thing. The connector point is this: that God, what's his father's first name again? I forgot.
Is it Floyd? Floyd? Floyd's father's name is Floyd.
It's Floyd, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I was reading that originally. So Floyd Senior was boxing, right?
Yeah.
At some point in his life, he took a bullet in his calf, I believe, somewhere in his leg. After he took that bullet, I don't think he was ever the same after. He couldn't rehab it 100%. So that's what led him to start using the Philly shell, because he needed a style that would be less movement and more finesse at this point, because he had to become a counterpuncher. He couldn't move with the damage to his calf anymore, the way he used to move.
I think I remember my brother saying that too. I always thought it was Roger that happened to, but it was Floyd. Yeah. Yeah, but George Benton was the first person that I remember that did the Philly shell.
Well, George Benton, he's the inventor, right?
Yeah.
He's credited as the inventor, and he was doing it back in the. I think he was training Olympic fighters and shit too.
Yeah. That's where Pernell Whitaker, even Holyfield did it some. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: have you been hearing all the chatter about? And I know you don't like to talk about UFC, but the UFC community is chattering about the possibility there's going to be. So EA said they're going to release the game UFC 6, but at some point they're going to release some modes afterwards, right? And everybody's chattering that one of the modes might be a boxing mode.
Yeah, I heard that. But I think a lot of people they want still. I mean, they want EA. I want EA to make a boxing game because it put pressure on Steel City.
I don't want them to make a boxing game mode in UFC because UFC
No, I don't want the
they can't.
mode, but anything that put pressure on Steel City, I'm with it. I'm with it because it makes them.
Well, the whole chatter is that okay, they're saying they're gonna release I think I heard Canelo's name might be a DLC for UFC 6. Tyson will come back. Ali might. I don't think Ali will come back because CSI locked them up forever, right?
Yeah,
So I think they have exclusive on that.
I think the only thing with that is yes, SCI got them, but EA can. I think they got to go through Steel City to get them.
They got a license. Okay.
Yeah. They got to still go through Steel City to get them.
But
any company that want them.
But the thing is that everybody's like they're hoping for this this boxing mode within UFC 6, and I thought to myself, no way. Look how they move in UFC 6. It doesn't look it looks different. It looks like karate. It looks like a karate. All the guys in well, what I've like UFC 5 and I'm gonna say UFC 6, they all have a karate stance. They move like karate, man. So how are you gonna have a boxing mode and have that same kind of freaking movement?
Let me see anybody in here. Let me see anybody in here. They probably said, "What is he talking about?" Let me see if they getting that. Nah, we're the only ones here. Let me see. We got Shadow Watchers. Let me see. Let me see. My thing frozen up. Let me see. Yeah, it's only 3 of us here. So it's like one other person here. Yeah, I don't know. But I just my mind just went somewhere.
Well, let me ask you this. If they were to have the boxing mode in the UFC game, obviously you'll be able to use some DLC boxes, but as well you'll be able to use the whole UFC roster to box and stuff, right?
I guess
Can you see any good in that? Or the only good was that what you mentioned, that as long as you put some pressure on CSI, they have some competition, it'll make them want it more then.
Yeah, I think it just put pressure on Steel. I see it as a good thing to put pressure on Steel City to do better because it makes them fear that EA is about to put out a real boxing game.
And I read the other day, people are still, I don't know where this, I think it was Showbiz started that rumor, and it's still around, but everyone's thinking that any moment now EA is going to announce they're going to come out with the next boxing game, and all you have to do is just tell those people the UFC license is until 2030, and UFC comes out on increments of every 2 to 3 years. How the hell, where are they going to find time to develop a boxing game?
Yeah, I don't know.
And they don't have any ambitions to develop a boxing game. And when I say develop, I don't mean you can have ambitions to have DLC characters, but that's not the same thing as making a boxing game.
Yeah. But the only thing about it is that Dana White is trying to sell this his league, his trying to sell TK. He's trying to promote it. So a boxing game is the best thing for him.
You know what might end up happening? Now that you mention that, they might end up using Dimps. Maybe Dimps is going to be the answer for them to make a boxing game, because to me, Dimps is dead in the water right now. I haven't heard shit about them, and that's a big company.
Yeah.
And they're not talking.
I guess Turkey keeping it as quiet as possible until they have something real solid. They get us some solid, and then they can put it out. I don't know.
Talking about putting on solid, man. I heard some chatter too about Truthbound. People are starting to think that it's that's dead in the water too.
Yeah, I don't know. I might ask talk to Claimer after the show and see where he at with the game, because he said he ain't start working on it.
That's a good
And
thing.
yeah, he said, I think I talked to him last month, and he said he's working on the game, keeping his head down, grinding. He said I'm grinding, Paul. He said this game. He said don't worry, because he was telling me he said don't worry. He said you ain't got to keep support and putting more money in there. He said your one time was good enough. He said that showed me that people want a boxing game. I said, no, I'm support you, regardless of that.
When did we first hear about Truth Bomb?
I think last year. I mean, we heard about it like I think 2 years ago, but I think
2 years ago.
Huh?
You said 2 years ago?
I think about 2 years when we first heard about it, because we heard last year. It's last year. It's last year, because that's when Claim Uncut disappeared on us, and we was wondering what Claim Uncut when then he popped up with that. He said he been working on it. What he said, 18 months or something like that.
Okay. So then, I see.
Yeah. So last year he started talking about the game.
So wait, if he was working at 18 months plus if we catch it up to time now, approximately how many months we've been talking about? It's been in development.
I think he said 18 months from what we saw, but I don't know.
So then generally then, when does a game supposed to first, like when do we see our first I guess the alpha or the beta at some point? Like actually, after how much months of development should we anticipate to see something?
Yeah, see, that's why I always say don't tell people you're making a game. Don't tell people you're making a game. Like I said, if I'm making a boxing video game, nobody will never know. Nobody will never know. I'll be talking about everything else in the world, but never be letting y'all know I'm making it, because my thing is with Claim Uncut, he shouldn't have never said nothing, but I know he needed some type of funding so he had to do it. So yeah, but him being one person and the product that he want, it's gonna take way more time than what people think. It's gonna take one person. Shoot, matter of fact, look what what's calm they're doing with the game that they got. What's the name of that game? With the guys, I think they Ecuadorian or Mexican.
Overhand
boxing.
Or is it the kickboxing game? It's a kickboxing or some type. What do you call it? Muay Thai.
Like Muay Thai. And look how it's long it's taking them, and I think it's 3 of them. I think it's 3, might be more now, but they're like struggling. So Claimer is by itself. Claim Uncut is good with what he does, but still, it's the time. It's time consuming, especially when you're trying to get all these different elements, done by yourself. Claim Uncut is just by himself. Look how far Love C Shorty came.
Right.
By himself.
Well, hey, let me ask you this then. If we go back, so we have all these guys, and it's taking time. It's taking time because one man crew. What does that say about Aimbot in terms of his skill level? Then does that mean he's top of the echelon because he was able to, like, that? It was a small team and he was able to produce something. Be it has its flaws. Because I'm looking at the time frame. Like, if it's taking guys like Claimer and the Muta and the Thai boxing guys, Overhand, whatever, if it's taking them long and all these, how much does that actually shine some light on Aimbot? That he's a legit programmer, that he was able to get something out, or how long did it take them to get it out? Realistically, undisputed, how long did it take to come out to market?
I think when Aimbot they put out a product, I think that was about 18 months.
18 months. So that's a bench. So we could say that's a benchmark then. But how big was his team?
The ESBC version, I think, was 7 people.
Okay, so that's a team then.
Yeah, and then
sure.
After that, I think they had like 12 or 15 people after that. Then it started growing.
If you have a team of fucking 4 is a good team too, but 7
yeah
versus 1.
Yeah, because it's like, especially with the way gaming is now, because a lot of your game models and a lot of things are already made for you. A lot of things you're just tweaking if you want to. If you're not making models, like a lot of, like, even with boxing games, a lot of boxing games, they got models out there. They got boxer models out there, and you just could tweak them, or you could add your own animations and stuff. So you're just tweaking animations. So a lot of way, especially with Unreal Engine, everything is a little more easier. That's why I was like, they don't got no excuses, especially for a guy like me. I'm gonna tear them apart. Because it's no excuses right now.
Yeah, the fact the turnkey solutions. It's not like back in the like EA and some and I guess Acclaim and all these other gaming companies in the past. They have to create their own engine.
Yeah, from scratch.
All right, that's a whole team of different kind of developers just to do that alone.
Yup. 100%. So there's no excuses. And they were saying, like, I asked for tendencies. I was looking up something, and it said they could add a lot of tendencies. They could add hundreds of tendencies. And I know a lot of people like, that's a lot of tendencies, Poe. No, it's really not. When you say 100 tendencies, it's like, when you talk, it's movements. And that's not you controlling them. They give you a certain amount that you can control yourself, but the developers, they have their own tendency sliders that they can tweak, not the ones that you can tweak. So it helps them with creating a more authentic boxing game and stuff. Yeah, it's so much. The more you the more you do research about Unreal Engine, you will be like, wow. Say you type in, what can Unreal Engine do with a boxing video game? What is the pros and what's the cons? It's going to be way more pros and probably 2 cons.
Hey, you know what's pissing me off, man? So I was thinking about the create a character mode and create characters in Undisputed, and the fact that so when you create a character, you have access to a library of different punch sets, like all the based on, okay, is it Ali's punch set, is it Fraser's punch set, or who were the boxers, right? You have access to a library of different kind of not just the defensive styles, but just what kind of boxer they're and how they move and stuff, right? But here's the thing: you would think that you're buying all these DLCs and all this kind of stuff, that when it comes time to creating these characters, you would have full access to everything you bought. But Undisputed, they for some reason they don't. Like, for example, if I create a character, I cannot use Teofimo Lopez's punch set. They restrict you. They don't want you to use it. Or I can't use who else I can't use? Any of Manny Pacquiao. They won't let you use Manny Pacquiao, although you bought it. So what pisses me off is that Ash made that announcement that we're going to cease development on this game because we're preparing for the future now. But the thing is, what could have happened if they give us access to all the stuff we bought? Is that going to break the game? Is it something I'm not seeing?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, they just shut down. Lisa going away present, like, hey, we're gonna give you access to this and that, as a going away.
Well, give us access to what we paid for. Yeah. I can't see unless you're telling me that I can't access Teofimo's punch set because I'm gonna find a bug in the game. Is that why they don't want us to use it?
That's what
CSI, they sold about what 1.9 million copies of this game, and then they go on to boast that they have a user base of 5.6. Was it 5.6 million or 6 million? This
Yeah.
user base.
Yeah.
So you have these two big numbers. We have 1.5 that you actually sold, but then you have a user base of 5.6 million, and you locked all the fucking DLC, all the stuff people paid for, all these from Manny Pacquiao to Timo Fimo. You're locking the fucking punch sets. Why? Why punish? Why are they punishing the fucking gamers who bought your fucking game? You sold 1.9 million. You have a fucking 5.6 user base that you claim. Why are they punishing all the paying customers? Give them fucking what they paid for.
Facts.
Grimy, man. It's grimy. It's grimy. It's grimy because we don't know why.
Yup. Yeah, I don't understand that. That it really didn't make sense to me.
Asher, hey, Asher B, you should come on this show and answer for that.
Ash ain't gonna Ash. One thing they're not gonna let Ash do is talk to nobody in the community, like unless it's like
He'll talk to me.
Monitored. Like if it's monitored, then that's the only way. They won't let Ash talk to me no more. Ash, like, I don't know if Ash controls his account or not, but he blocks me in all his accounts. Actually, on Instagram, he don't block me no more. So I don't know what's that about, but he usually block me because I used to tag him, and it say I can't tag him or it'll have like I'm blocked. But now I can tag him. So I was like, he must unblock me.
Oh, I can't think of any game that you bought, like from the wrestling games to I'm gonna say even the UFC games. I've never seen this tactic where they're locking shit that you paid for.
You know, but they're gonna do it. They're gonna say this their first game. They're gonna use that excuse that that's probably a mistake that we made because that's our first game. That's what they're gonna say. Oh yeah, this is what I meant to say. There is an event coming up. What's that? The Xbox event. Some type of events that's coming up, major gaming event.
You mean like the Vegas thing you always have like the main gaming expo thing?
It's some type of event. It's like a for video games, and they're thinking Steel City might say something at this event. But my thing is, I think they made the announcement. I don't think they're gonna make any more announcements. What do you think? You think it makes sense for them to make say something else at an event, or they should just leave it alone at this point until they have something juicy?
I think they need to keep on rolling with the momentum, and they have to say something. They already told everyone, okay, we're moving on to Undisputed 2. Keep the momentum going. Keep on feeding us, man, so we don't fall. Because if it takes them 2 years to release Undisputed 2, everyone's gonna fall asleep and forget about them. If it takes like realistically, if it takes them a year and a half, like I picked on something or what was his name the other day? Everyone's hinting at now. Everyone's hinting a year and a half from now. So if it's a year and a half from now, that means October 2027 release date.
Yeah.
If it's gonna drop by then, okay, well, maybe you could stay silent a bit. But if you're gonna wait 2 years in the year 2028, you can't. They have to talk. They need to talk about it.
Yeah, that's that. But my thing is, they're gonna have to like every 2 months, basically. But what are you gonna really talk about every 2 months? That's the thing.
It's the BAFTA Games Award, April 17th. That's a British Academy in Film and Television Arts.
Yeah, I don't think Steel City gonna be a part of that because they don't really have nothing solid at this moment. Like, it ain't like.
Actually, no, that's awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they have the Brit Summit coming up on May 22nd. Japan leading indie game festival. They're not considered an indie company anymore.
No. Still, but Xbox got a show coming out. The Xbox something type of show supposed to be Expo or something. It's supposed to be coming out. They got a
The Gamescom is coming out on August 25th.
Oh, it's something that come out next month. It's some type of for Xbox. Yeah, something that comes out next month. They talking about a lot of games going to be Let me see. Give me a second.
Is it still safe to call it Xbox, or is it going to be called Xbus pretty soon, man?
They don't know what they want to do. They keep saying that they're not going to make more systems. Now they're talking about they're going to make more systems, and even PlayStation messing up right now. I'm like,
yeah, you know what? It's the Xbox Game Showcase, June the 7th. That's what it is.
Yeah. June 7th. Yeah, that's it. And they thinking a lot of games gonna be saying, making announcement. Like with Xbox, they're trying to be on all systems. Their thing is none of our stuff is exclusive anymore. But PlayStation is trying to make their stuff exclusive now. They're like, we don't want our stuff on Steam or PC. And I think that's a bad move for PlayStation.
Also, too, watch the play by Rockstar when they come out, man. That's going to be the biggest thing. If somebody can make a GTA 6 exclusive for whatever platform, that's going to kill everybody, man. Whoever does that.
Yeah. They better hope that don't happen. If Xbox do something grimy and be like, yeah, and GTA is exclusive for Xbox, man, that'll hurt PlayStation feelings.
Yeah, that definitely will hurt, but or it'll balance the playing field. But most likely, if it was to happen, it would be Sony would get the rights. They would get it and fuck everybody. Yeah. Also, too, with this GTA 6, what I'm hearing, I think there's going to be no PC release.
But isn't PC their biggest, like one of their biggest fan bases?
I think console, man. Let me see. GTA 6, will it be on PC? Actually, my bad. Yes, it will be on PC.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I thought I heard something where they were going to try to make it, or maybe I'm mixing something up. There was something about, it's something to do with what you said about exclusives. And that's where the future is going right now, especially with where console gaming is going to go.
Yeah, I think PlayStation trying to make things go back to exclusive stuff, but Xbox isn't. Xbox trying to spread out, and I'm getting mad at PlayStation because you messing it up for us, man. Because I'm a Fallout fan, and Fallout is exclusive to Bethesda products is exclusive to Xbox. You messing me up.
Hey, you know how Xbox comes back and balances the field, or even wins the next gen? All they gotta do is, so you see how PlayStation's raising the price for access to the PlayStation Network?
Yeah.
They're raising the price and everyone's pissed off. You know what I mean? All Xbox has to do is just give free access to the for online gaming.
Man, they do that, man. They shut it down.
No. That if they do that, that's the answer, man. That's the answer, man. How do you think PlayStation won the? How do you think PlayStation won the whole fucking war?
Yeah, that's what.
PlayStation 2, PS3 was free.
Yeah, I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation guy, so I know.
Hey, that generation. You know what? I originally had bought an Xbox 360. And I bought an Xbox 360 because I believed it was cheaper or something. I don't know why, but I bought the Xbox 360, and eventually, you know what happened? I eventually when Fight Night Champion came around, I ended up selling the Xbox 360 so I could buy a PS3 because PS3 was free online gaming. That's all it takes, man. If Microsoft was to give free online gaming, that's it. Everybody would jump back. I would even jump back to Xbox. You give that, I would jump back. The only thing is this: if Microsoft does what they're doing in this whole cloud gaming thing, where they don't want to have basically the consoles are just dummy terminals now, where you're just streaming. If they do that, they have to give me free online gaming because I don't want to play games off the cloud like that.
Yeah.
Blaster stream games.
Yeah, Blaster X1 said an announcement should be a public beta on PC and console. Participants get 20% off USDA too.
When you say 20% off the beta or the full version, we talking about? I don't want a discount on the beta. I want a loyalty discount on the full version. Because the thing is, when they if you pay, especially when we're buying early access in these betas, all that shit should be for free because we're doing the work for them. We're working for free, playing their fucking game, testing it, and giving them the fun. They're laughing. They're laughing, man.
Yep. Betas is you're play testing. You're paying to play test.
But 20% of our customer loyalty on the full version, yes, they have to.
Yes, but they see too much money in this game. So going forward, especially if they get new investors, and they're gonna want to show the investors that they can make money off of this game. So I don't see it as them giving us a lot of anything for free. Yeah, because I heard that they got once you get new investors, they might. Because they said a lot of investors, they want their money like quickly. And at this point, my thing, Ash didn't have to get new investors. He should have just been like, all right, I'm going to Turkey. That's all he had to do, just go to Turkey. Hopefully that's who one of his investors is, his new investors.
Yo, let me ask you this. Did you ever see I guess when Ash kind of made the leading up to the Undisputed 2 announcement and stuff, right? There was this Instagram thing I saw, and it was him and Will, and they're kind of patting each other on their backs, saying just like how we said we would, and all this kind of
that's been sarcastic. He's been sarcastic, and that
is it? Yeah, that's how I always want. It just
I knew it was toward. I knew it was toward me and Beast. I knew it was. When he was saying that, I said, "Oh, you trying to be slick with it." He said, I was like, "Yo," it was like he was talking to me. I was like, "Yo, this Joker." See, that's the stuff that make you get mad when you see somebody and you like confront them and you do like Clarissa Shields did to Baumgartner. No, I'm just playing. I want to do that.
Slap on her. If she didn't get it on her face, I think it was a shoulder or a hand.
It don't even look like she really touched her. It wasn't enough for her to be like, I'm suing you and stuff.
But it wasn't her face.
Yeah. But
it wasn't her face. She didn't get catch
they made it more than what it was to me. For one, y'all boxers. It ain't like you're a civilian and you got assaulted by a boxer. That's crazy. All of that is marketing. It's marketing. And then Jake Paul talking about, we're banning her from all our shows. She don't fight on y'all shows, so what are you banning her for?
Why would he even want to ban Shields? If Jake Paul wants to be the premier female boxing league kind of thing, you would want. Why would you cut bridges with her? You need her.
Exactly. That makes no sense. But all of that is so-called marketing. To me, that's it's bad because a lot of fans don't take it the way he probably think it's going. I don't even know why Baumgartner even be messing with Clarissa. She's too big for you. Why are you even challenging her? That's like way out your league.
You know why?
She have a better chance of challenging Shadea Green.
But you know why? I know why.
Money.
that too is just the way I want to say the way Shields is made up. It's the same thing where Alicia's too small, different weight class, right? But at the same
Yeah,
time, look at Ali's daughter. Fine, you're in the same weight class, but the thing, why do you want to fight somebody who hasn't been in the ring for over 15, 16, 17 years, man?
yeah,
And and Shields is in her friggin' prime.
that's true.
Like, what benefit you're gonna get out of it? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If Leia Ali came out of retirement, she would lose.
Yeah,
There's no way.
100%.
Especially if that's her first fight back.
Yes, she that's why that's another reason why with Earl Spence taking this fight against somebody that's active, I don't like it.
Who do you sign a fight with?
Huh?
Who do you sign a fight with?
I think what's going to stop him. I think Tim Tszyu is going to stop him.
He's fighting Tim Tszyu, okay.
Because Earl haven't been fighting. When you're active, that makes a lot of that means a lot. To a casual fan, it doesn't mean nothing. You look at what the person did, and when you don't fight, and Earl didn't look that good in his last fights, and then when he got beat by Sean Porter, and you come back from a beating, he literally got beat down.
No, he didn't lose against Sean Porter. No.
I mean, when he fought against Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford, yeah.
He got beat down. So you don't come back from a beating, then you jump on somebody that's active like that. But
actually, that was his last fight still, right?
Yeah, that was his last fight.
And before
that, he was struggling with you guys. So you don't come back to a fight, Tim Tszyu, and Tim Tszyu had 3 fights back to back to back. He been fighting. He lost, came back, and still was fighting. And now you're about to fight him fresh off of nah, man.
Yo, let me ask you this. There's something I remember you guys were talking about yesterday when you guys were talking about boxing versus UFC and how they build records kind of thing. How you guys were saying that in boxing you don't have to take you don't have to play by the rankings. Then you could choose who you want to box and all kind of stuff. But the UFC, it's supposed to be more competitive because they're always fighting by the ranking, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is this, but the rankings, right? Not the rankings, but the whole idea is this. Can you market a UFC fighter the same way you market a boxer then?
Nope. I was going to argue that, but I said, no, I'm not going to argue that.
Well, one of the biggest argument point with that is that it's your boxing record that's the marketing tool.
Yup, it is.
But the thing is, with UFC style, you cannot be your own person then.
You can't. And one thing about the UFC too, UFC doesn't really have an amateur system. So a lot of people looking at your growth, and they see you come into that. They're not going to want somebody that just came out of, let's say, the Olympics to fight a title, even though I think Oscar did it. He had one fight and then he went for a title. But they don't want you to immediately jump on the top guys. But that's the way the UFC system is set up.
You know what? I want to say that that UFC actually bought out the competition, which were the amateur leagues.
What do you mean?
Well, what was Strike Force, for example? I remember there was a league called Strike Force.
Yeah.
Or look at the leagues where what's his name? Wrestler, what's his name?
Boston Rutan or something like that.
No, not him. A WWE guy.
I know you're talking. I forget his name.
He's black and he's a former U.S. Marine or U.S. Army dude.
Yeah, I forget his name. See, I'm not that deep into UFC like that, but I forget his name.
Well, okay, well, him for example, or even Batista for example, right? And all these guys, they go to the other leagues. The other leagues are not, these are not the A leagues. Then these are the minor leagues, kind of thing, right? So the thing is,
Yeah.
UFC bought all those companies.
So the thing is, they really don't have amateurs, but they just bring the amateurs, all on pros, basically. No
Well, the thing
amateurs.
is, before the thing before was you would fight in those other leagues to build up your MMA record. You still have an MMA record.
Yeah.
So you would build it up, and then when you become elite, then you go to the top tier league. Kind of like you have MLB,
Yeah.
AAA, AA.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So basically, leagues again, like what they're saying, is leagues. Westcom is a league. TKO is a league instead of just a boxing promotion.
But the thing is, but going back to the whole TKO or the you cannot. They're not. Well, how often are they trying to sell the record? They're not trying to manufacture the record then, but they're trying to make it seem that you're not allowed to manufacture a record.
Yeah. And the thing is, the way people don't build their tolerance to what boxing should look like and what UFC should look like. Now, when people see bad records in boxing, there's a problem. When people see bad records in UFC, they're okay with it. They okay with it. So I'm like, how are you going to sell boxing with a person that got 6 losses and probably 20 wins? A lot of people gonna be like, he's a bum. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, okay, what is the culture in UFC that people don't care about the record? Because the thing is, to me, the record is key in any sport. If you have a
Yeah.
guy who's 15-0, you're coming to see that guy in a main event or the co-main event because you're going for, you want to see that, you want to see the perfect fighter.
Yeah. Or you want to see is somebody who's capable of taking that who is capable of beating them. Even if a guy like 15-2, 15-1, you still want to see, can he go back on that winning streak? But then when you got a guy 15-5, now you're gonna feel some type of way. Unless he's a fighter that's like he give it his all every fight. Yo, what's called here? Beast here. B said, "Is this a boxing format or UFC?" Man, I'm throwing a little right now in this conversation. I'm throwing a little bit of everything in there.
No, but the thing, yeah, I don't want to talk too much UFC, but the whole thing was it's the thing we are talking about is the in boxing you could market that record. That's the whole thing. In UFC they don't care. They don't really care to market records. Then I would say, just because what you were saying before, just because you have guys with you could see guys with lots of losses already.
Yeah, like my thing is with the losses and stuff. That's is people gonna like a lot of people don't see it for what it is. When people see them losses, they automatically, and that was like in the 90s. It was a little before Floyd. The records start meaning more than the fights itself. But a true boxing fan, they look at what a boxer brings to the table. And you can have 15 wins and 9 losses, but we know that you're going to give us a fight. You're going to throw down. Be shot.
Yeah, I saw. He said, "Yeah, I didn't know that Spence was." Yeah, that's right. I wasn't paying attention that Spence was fighting Tim. But the thing is, I was paying attention. I knew that Sean Porter never beat Spence. Were you there for that one? Again, nitpicking me, man. Shit.
Yeah, a lot of people, they like the newer generation, like when it comes to fans, they nitpick the littlest thing, like when it comes to records and stuff like that. Like even with Shakur Stevens, a lot of fans they nitpick what Shakur Stevens does. And I see what he does. Like me, as a person that box and train, I see what Shakur Stevens is doing. For one, he's not a puncher like that. He's not a puncher. So why should he stand there and trade against somebody that's a puncher? Yes, he probably beat somebody to the punch every time, but he don't want to be in between those punches and get caught. That's how he sees it. And this thing is, I don't want to be the one that like trying to prove myself to everybody and boom, I'm caught. You know who got caught like that a lot of times? Me. It was times that people say I couldn't box. They said, no, you're just a slugger. You're just this kind of, because they, in their mind, that's the way I was supposed to fight. But I can box. I can box real good. Catch, shoot, all that. I could box. And when I was doing that, they still were getting mad. So a lot of people say it don't look good. It's not going to look good. You're boxing and stuff. You're a shorter guy and stuff like that. And they were, they're saying all these different things. Now you keep hearing that in your brain and it messes you up when you get ready to fight. Let me see what B's saying. Yeah, it was Lomachenko. Thanks, Beast. He said it was Lomachenko for a title. Yeah, Oscar, I think it was like 3 or 4 fights before Oscar fought for a title. Thanks. Appreciate that. You don't know boxing. Amateur and boxing starts at 8 years old, not grown. I read that wrong. You don't know boxing amateur is, and boxing starts at 8 years old, not grown. It takes that long to master your craft. The later, the worse the skill level. Yeah, that's why when my son told me, he was like, I think 19 or 20 years old, and he said, "Bah," he said, "I'm ready to start boxing again." I said, "Nah, man." Don't even waste your time. I said, you're wasting your time and my time. He probably could have did good, but me, I felt some type of way because you're 20 years old. You know what you could have accomplished in that time? My son had athletic genes. You're going to wait till you get 20 years old and then talk about you want to box. Nah, man. Nah, you ain't wasting my time. And that's why I feel some type of way. Now I got time to be a boxing trainer. My mother not here now, but I don't think that I'm going to be a boxing trainer. I don't think I'm going to do it. It might be a great way for me for my time now, but I don't know. I don't know.
It looks like he's going to be a good boxing trainer. Although I've been seeing all this stuff with Adrian Broner. And he's all clowning and stuff, and he's always high and shit and all that. But I saw some clips, and I don't know if he's just doing it for sure. But he looks like he could be a good trainer.
Oh yeah. He knows his stuff. Like I say, out of boxers, I'd say about 25% of boxers are good trainers. Because everybody think just because you box, you're a great trainer. Everybody can't train somebody. Every boxer can't train somebody, and a lot of them will tell you that. Like Mike Tyson can't really train you. He could tell you a couple of things, but Mike Tyson, he can't really be a trainer. It seems like Mike Tyson don't really have the patience to be a trainer. Oh yeah, my mother passed away, Beast. My mother passed away Saturday. Yeah, she passed away Saturday, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why I wasn't really saying nothing to nobody or nothing. I wasn't gonna really be doing the show, but I said I gotta keep myself busy. I gotta keep myself busy. You ain't read the thing and said please support um to help me bury my mother. You ain't even read the thing in the caption. I'm trying to get the community. This I could tell the people that really like support me. Shout out to AJ Pax and Aram and people like that. They donated to helping my mother get buried. A lot of people, they're not in the community. Even though I preferred the showbiz the adult to like ask his community to help me and to donate, but I told him just reposting is good enough for me. And guess what he did? Just reposted. So I thought even it I'm not trying to put pressure on nobody or make them feel bad. Even Jay Shep, I thought Jay Shep, religiously, my mother Christian, religiously, I would think that he would support, so hey, somebody lost their mother, he would like, help me in some type of way, like, hey, could y'all please help Poe or ask somebody to donate or help out. But that shows how I'm not trying to like put my pain and my situation on other people, but it just let me know how much respect people have for you. AJ Pack showed me he respect me and he's a solid person. Aram showed me that he's a solid person, and that right there, that's enough for me. I got people that told me to hit them up with my Cash App, but the way that, because I'm on, a lot, I don't like telling everybody, but I'm on Social Security, and I can't have people keep flooding my Cash App with money. Because if you keep giving
Cash App,
huh?
Who runs Cash App in the States? Is it the Bank of America?
I don't want to get in that conversation.
No. The only reason I said is because in Canada, right, we don't have access to it, and I know Cash App is one of the most popular things. I hear it all the time. But you see, in Canada, we don't have that. Our system is, I think because our system is controlled by the government, so we have something called Interact, and we have had Interact e-transfers and all that kind of stuff. But it's called Interact system.
Yeah, but I think the same thing kind of happened with Cash App, because the person that originally owned it, I don't want to talk too much about it, was originally owned it. He got unalived, and they did not find who killed him or any of that. And guess who owned it? That's just imagine. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not putting myself in a predicament.
Same thing happened to the guy who created, I think, Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
Just as it launched, or somehow he died, and with him they don't have the codes. There's some kind of code or something. It's one of those Bitcoin exchanges, or the guy who invented it, he died just when it got released, and all the money's stuck.
Yeah, so they say. So they say. Everything is a scam now. It's a setup. Yeah, beast, man. It took me a while, and I was trying to not put myself in depression. I was like that. I was laying around for a minute. I laid around for like a day or two, and I was like, nah, let me start moving around. Or my wife would come and get me. My wife would come and get me and take me out and stuff. And she tried to keep my shout out to my wife. my son, my son is like an old man. That's why I be laughing and be like, Dad. And then what hit me? My father, he went to the hospital the other day, and I thought I was about to lose my father too. I was like, Dad, gone. I was like, Dad. I said, not my father, but my father, he's stubborn. He's stubborn like me. So my father, he's not going nowhere. Even though my mother was stubborn too. My mother was so stubborn that it was hard for me to help her get better. That's how stubborn she was. She wanted me to help her, but she was stubborn in certain ways. Like she wanted to keep eating the same way or doing certain things. And she thought she could, like, if I was giving her herbs and stuff, she wanted to take the herbs and do whatever. No, man, that's not how things work. But I just know I did the right thing. I just know I did the right thing. Everybody know I did the right thing for my mother. It just bothered me that I couldn't do more. And in the hospital, they gave up. They gave up on my mother 2 years ago. They said, yeah, she old. She's in her 80s. My grandfather lived to be 90-something years old. So that wasn't old to my mother. My mother thought she was going to live to be older than my grandfather, but she didn't. And I told her, I said, Mom, you don't eat the same way your father ate. I said, each generation, their diet changes, and it's like they're eating worse.
More processed.
Yeah. Everything is processed and nobody's eating healthy. They don't eat as much food and stuff as they did. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Beast, man, for coming through, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna do Saturday. I might do a 12-hour show.
12 hours?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a 12-hour show. I don't see what I got to talk about, but I'm gonna find something to talk about. But I'm thinking,
what time are you gonna start it?
Probably start and I'll probably start 12 at night to 12 the next to 12 to the next day.
Yo, what you should look up, figure out if you could run it so you could also catch the
algorithm.
No, not the algorithm, the South Pacific.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Because I've seen a lot
of influx.
Yeah, like at certain times, I can't remember, like certain times in the morning, I'll see people from, like, I guess the Philippines and different parts of the world. That's what time they're playing, and you see them broadcasting.
Yeah. About 10 o'clock. You're right. It's about, I think it's about,
or even the UK 30. Yeah, or even the UK audience, because they're about 6 hours. I think it's 6 hours ahead.
Yeah, it's about, I think, 10 o'clock, because my friend, when he does his show Eastern Standard Time is 12:22, and I see that he get an influx of people. So I'm like, around that time, that's when people start, like, even when I see what's his name, I show Speed or something like that, I look at their time when they do stuff. So that shows even Peanut. So I'm like, the next couple of days, I'm gonna see what they do. I mean, when they get their most traction, and I'll probably go off of that.
Even Japan's all around that time too. I've seen stuff from Japan too.
Yeah, Japan, they be having a nice fan base, but Japan, they be having people like all times. But I think the influx is like late night. And I think that's, yeah, I used to play, what's that? I forget the game I used to play. Oh, man. It's a free-to-play game. And you play that, and we was playing that, like, it was like late at night. I was playing that late at night. What's that game called? It's on PlayStation. It's the
Fortnite?
No, it's not Fortnite, but it's a free to play game, and it's a Japanese. What would you say?
You're shooting somebody, or what are you doing?
It's a shooter, but it's like a mech. It's almost like a mech game.
Oh, I know what it is. I forgot the name.
Yo,
No, but I tried it. I remember I tried it. I remember it was like
Yeah.
what you said. Let's see. Free.
yeah, but that has a huge fan base. I don't know why I forgot the name of that game. Yeah, but I'm gonna see like over the next couple of days, so I can see what I might do a 12-hour and see what I get. I might be able to get some donations too. Yeah. But shout out to everybody that's here, and I think I'm about to end the broadcast. I did 2.5 hours because I gotta write down some names for my niece because they're doing the obituary and they want me to write down some names and stuff.
All right. By the way, is it Apex Legend?
No, it's not Legend. It's damn, I forget the name of that game. I can see it in my head, but I can't say the name.
It was Epic. That's the only one I was thinking about.
It's like an anime type game.
Anime.
It's not a face breaker. No, it's not face breaker.
Roblox?
Huh?
Something called Roblox?
No, it's not Roblox. It's an anime type game, but
Warframe.
it's Warframe. Warframe. That's it. Warframe. Warframe got a massive fan base, and I used to play that game all the time. Spend money, people spend money on you. They'll buy stuff for you. Yes, but the fan base, I see what time they come on, and that shows you the influx right there. So I'm gonna see. Can't believe I forgot Warframe, and I always talk about it. But yeah. Appreciate you, man. I'm about to log off.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna sign off.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Beast, for coming through. Sports Gaming Analysis. Shout out to Blaster X. Shout out to Precisely. I'm Precisely. Shout out to Leafy. Shout out to A Smooth. AJ Pax, shout out to all of y'all, man. I know I forgot a lot of y'all names. Shout out to Jay Shep, J MMA. Shout out to the whole Wishlist Mafia. Next show, peace.